Okay, next up, this is from last week. We have a major opening. That's one heart or one spade. And do we remember what that promised?
5 card suit
Mm-hmm.
and 13 points.
13 to 21 points.
Well, yes.
Okay, 13 to 21 points, 5 or more cards. With 5 hearts and 5 spades, you pick the spades first because you can always bid the hearts later. And you want to bid the higher ranking suit first because if the auction goes 1 spade and your partner bids something like 1 no trump and you bid 2 hearts, this is more economical. Your partner can either pass 2 hearts if they want to play 2 hearts, or they can bid 2 spades and they're still at the 2 level. Yeah, Craig?
The book said you do it bid it the other way. I don't.
No, it doesn't. No, the book says you open your higher ranking with 2 5-card suits. In other words, spades.
But it said you did going up the ladder.
No, that's not with 5-card suits. You may be reading ahead and thinking about your responses to one of a minor, in which case, if you have 4-card suits, you bid up the line. But when you're opening and you have 5-card suits, you bid your higher ranking first. If we try to do it the other way around, 1 heart, 1 no trump. Now, if we want to introduce our spades, we have to bid 2 spades. And if our partner says, well, I liked hearts better, they have to go to 3 hearts.
So you're forcing them.
Yeah. So this is not the correct way to do it, because you'll get to the 3 level half the time. With you only have 13 and your partner might only have 6 and you only have 19 points. You're trying to take almost enough for a game.
So do you still do that if spades, like let's say you have a jack as your highest and not very good spades, and
Yes.
you have 2, you still do it? Because
Yes.
It's about length?
Yep, length.
Okay.
For picking a trump suit, length is much more important than strength. So if I had this hand, I would open 1 spade.
Because your partner may have, with you having those
Right.
spades, your partner may have the ace, king, queen.
Okay.
So heart's good.
But it could come back to hearts.
And let's talk about the responses to one of a major. And let's first talk about our raises. So if we're going to raise our partner, that is bid the same suit, we can go to 2, we can go to 3, we can go to 4. And because partner is so strong, or partner has such a wide range, we should respond anytime we have 6 or more points. So we can also pass with 0 to 5. And this range has been come up with through experimentation and experience. And it is, yes, it's possible if you have 5 points that your 5 and your partner's 21 causes you to miss a game. But 21-point hands are rare enough. Even 20-point hands are rare enough that we're going to ignore those possibilities and pretend this is like 13 to 19. So with 6 or more points, we have to make some sort of response. Okay, let's start with, let's start at the bottom and move our way up. How many points would we have to bid 4 of a major?
13 and above.
Yep, 13 plus.
Plus support.
And support, yep.
Couldn't be 12 plus,
Could be 12 plus.
because if your partner has 13, you have 12, that's 25. So
Yeah. So we did say a 13-point hand is a mandatory opening, but I'll give you a secret. A lot of people open with 12 and sometimes even with 11. So really we should hedge our bets and say this is like 12 to 21 points. So yes, so we would, if we have a partner that sometimes opens 12 points and go to 11 points, then we definitely want 13
Are you talking high points?
points, total points.
Total points?
Yeah. I do, for my own purposes, I count my distributional points when opening a suit. The only time I don't count distributional points is when I'm opening no trump. So 13 or more points and support. Then 3 of a major basically says I'm really close to being able to bid a game all by myself. I'm within 2 points of that. So we would say this is 11 to 12 and support. And 2 of a major would be whatever's left, 6 to 10 and support.
And when you're counting points, do you switch to avoid singleton, doubleton numbers?
Yes, I would count dummy points if I'm supporting my partner,
Okay.
which is 1 for a doubleton, 3 for a singleton, 5 for a void. But or you can count length points if that turns out to be more. Whichever is more, you can count shortness or length, but not both.
Usually they come up.
Now there are better ways to bid that that you may learn later, but this is a basics class, so this is a good basic starting point for you. If we can't support our partner, we have the option of bidding a new suit, bidding no trump. Those are the only 2 options. So we can bid a new suit at the 1 level. The only possible way, if our partner is open to major, for us to respond at the 1 level in a suit is it's 1 heart, 1 spade. So this is specifically 1 heart, 1 spade. And can anybody tell me what that shows?
Well, it's forcing. It just shows you've got at least four spades.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's see, I heard you say forcing, 4 more spades,
6 points. 6 plus.
6. Yep, 6 or more points. It's forcing, so you don't need to put an upper range on this. This is what we call an unlimited bid, because your partner is guaranteed to bid again and give you another turn. So we don't need to investigate, or we don't need to disclose. If we have 17 points, we don't need to get that off our chest right away. First, we can figure out where we belong, what suit. Then we can discuss how high we need to go, whether it's part score, game, or slam. So this is 6 to any number of points. There's no top of this bid. Unlike these are also called limit bids. Well, this one's not, but these are limit bids. Well, this is actually also a limit bid, because if you had a really, really strong hand, you would do something even stronger. So they have an upper limit. That's why they're called limit bids. And generally, limit bids are not forcing. Okay, let's see. A new suit at the 2 level, which could be either 1 spade, 2 hearts, or 1 of a major, 2 of a minor, is still forcing. And I gave you another principle, which doesn't show up in the book, but it does pan out if you look at it in depth. 2 no trump, 3 hearts, 3 spades generally require 23 points. So if you get your partnership to 2 no trump, you need to have 23 points to justify that. If you're bidding a new suit at the 2 level, so for example, 1 spade, 2 clubs, and your partner doesn't like clubs, and this is forcing, your partner might have to go to no trump. So it might go 1 spade, 2 clubs, 2 no trump. And whose fault is it we got to 2 no trump? It's the responder's fault for making a 2-level forcing bid, which means the responder needs to have the strength to justify getting to 2 no trump. Even though 2 no trump is still possibly a few bids off, we still need 10 or more points. And our new suit should be 4 or more cards, except for hearts, which is 5 or more cards. So if it goes 1 spade, 2 clubs, I promise at least 4 clubs. If it goes 1 spade, 2 diamonds, I promise at least 4 diamonds. But if it goes 1 spade, 2 hearts, I promised 5 hearts.
Why?
Why? Because we're still looking for 4-4 major fits, but we also like 5-3 major fits. But if I have 4 hearts, I can bid something else first. If you bid 1 spade, I bid 2 clubs. If we both have 4 hearts, you still have a turn, and you can bid your 4-card heart suit. And then if I have 4 hearts, I can raise that happily. So this is maybe not a super intuitive rule, but it is something that we've learned from experience. And then our no trump responses, we can bid 1 no trump, 2 no trump, or 3 no trump. So first of all, we don't have support for partner when we bid no trump. And we've decided that we have to bid something if we have 6 or more points. So 1 no trump in response to 1 of a major shows 6, and these can have an upper limit. These are non-forcing. 6 to 10 or 6 to 9, depending on which book you're reading.
Less than 3 of the major.
Yeah, without support. So this is, if we wanted to prioritize these, this would be our first priority. This is our kind of our second priority, and this is our third priority. So 1 no trump shows 6 to 10. It doesn't necessarily show a balanced hand. It just shows that I don't have enough to go to the 2 level. So 6 to 9, 6 to 10. So it could be a huge variety of hands. For example, if my partner opened 1 spade, that's a far thing from a balanced hand. Again, this is spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. So I have 5 diamonds and 5 clubs. My partner opens 1 spade. I want to respond with this hand because I have at least 6 points. I don't have enough to bid 2 clubs or 2 diamonds. So I'm going to bid 1 no trump. 2 no trump generally does show a balanced hand. And for a beginning class, this would show 11 to 12. This would be invitational. And 3 no trump would be 13 or more points. Again, when you bid 3 no trump, you're saying, I know where we belong. It's no trump. I know how high we belong. It's in game. So you have to have 13 points to justify that.
Mike,
Mhm.
could you just note balanced after the no trump?
Yeah.
Thank you.
In quotes.
Yep.
Thank you.
So since I wrote that, I might as well contrast it. Not necessarily balanced.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we might have rebids where opener makes a second bid, and then responder might make another bid. If you keep this principle in mind, you can go to 2 no trump or beyond with 23 points. And that says I'm within 2 points of being able to bid a game myself. And so I need your help partner to bid the game. So that helps us interpret an auction like this. One spade shows 13 or more already. 2 spades shows 6 to 10. And opener can look at their points, add that to the 6 to 10 that's been promised, and they might say, maybe, maybe not. Maybe we belong in game or not. So if this is 6 to 10, or 6 to 9, 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, I think our book classifies it as 6 to 10, so I'll put that up. Then with 19 points, opener would know. 19 and 6 is 25. So with 19 or more points, opener knows that they belong in game. If we look at the upper range with 14 or less, opener knows that they don't belong in game. And even we'll go 15 or less because of 25 being an optional. So that means this has to be somewhere in between 15 and 19, or specifically 16 to 18. But you don't have to memorize this number. You can reason it out. Just add your points to your partner's points. And if you're in some range, let's say you're looking at your hand and you have 17 points, add your partner's 6 to 10, and you get 23 to 27, and you're straddling the magic number 25, 25 and a half, or 25, 26. Maybe you belong in, maybe you don't. And because you're in a maybe situation, you can go to the 3 level. One thing that I didn't discuss, but was in the previous chapters, that will be helpful also for interpreting bidding after the first round is opener's hand can fall into 3 broad categories. And I'll give you a secret. Once I've looked at my hand and evaluated it using high card points and some other techniques that I'm not going to teach in this class, I throw all that away and just remember what category I'm in. Opener can have a minimum hand, which is about 13 to 16, a medium hand, which is about 17 to 18, and a maximum hand, which is 19 or more. A maximum hand is one that will force the game if partner has any kind of response. A minimum hand is one that's not willing to invite, but if you're toward the top end of the minimum range, you're willing to accept an invitation if your partner makes an invitation. And a medium hand is one that is going to go to the 3 level on your own, hoping your partner can fill in the last 2 points. Responder's hand also has 3 categories, same 3 categories, but different point ranges, exactly. Well, 0 to 5 is sub minimum. You're not even responding, so we can't really even call you a responder at that point. So minimum 6 to 10. Medium is 11 to 12. And maximum is 13 or more.
And again, this is county distribution.
This includes I would only count shortness if I know I have a trump fit. And I generally count length in most situations. But if that suit seems really weak or useless, I might not count length in that suit. So yeah, but these are total points, and we have these fall into these categories. And we'll notice that a maximum is enough to force to game, opposite any opening. Medium is within 2 points of that. So you're going to be able to push to no trump or to the 3 level and hope your partner gets the message and fills in the last 2 points in their own hand. And a minimum hand 6 to 10. Okay. All right, this is all review from the last 2 weeks. And I filled up the board, so let's play some cards. If you missed one of these classes or you want to review it again, I am recording them, and they will eventually be on our YouTube channel at Anchorage Bridge Center. Just to remind you, when you're considering your opening bid, you generally want to go in this priority order. First, see if you have a 1 no trump opening. Second, see if you have a 1 of a major opening.